Deep in the black void of space, the Xylar Dominion's massive fleets glided silently. Millions of ships, sleek and deadly, moved like a dark storm toward an unsuspecting world. Their scanners had already marked it Earth, a planet of humans, primitive, weak, insignificant. Admiral Kirill, the Xylar commander, hovered in his flagship, observing the planet through the massive holographic display. He chuckled. Weak, primitive, nothing more than a tiny colony in the outer rim. By the time our fleets arrive, it will be nothing but dust. His voice was cold, full of confidence. Around him, his officers nodded in agreement, each unaware of the storm they were about to face. Yet not all was calm in the Xylar ranks. One scout ship, small and fast, zipped ahead of the main fleet, scanning the planet. Its sensors picked up something unusual. A faint signal pulsed from Earth. Something alien to their technology, something the Xylars had never seen before. The scout's pilot, Lieutenant Voro, blinked in disbelief. Admiral, you should see this. There's something on Earth. It's not just primitive signals. Someone is building something. Kirill frowned, leaning closer to the display. What do you mean, building something? Humans are weak. They barely have spaceflight, and their weapons are simple. Sir, it's more than that. The signal, it's organized. It's strong, almost intelligent. Voro replied, his voice shaking slightly. Kirill laughed again, dismissing the concern. Intelligent? You think a human can challenge the Xylar Dominion? Bring the scouts closer. I want a proper look. But do not overestimate them. We face a species that barely scratches the surface of interstellar technology. As the alien fleets continued their slow march toward Earth, thousands of light years away, the humans on the planet were quietly watching them. In a hidden underground facility, Dr. Elias Harper stared at multiple holographic screens. His eyes were sharp, calculating. On each screen, alien ships glinted in space, their formations precise, deadly. They're coming faster than predicted, Elias muttered under his breath. Around him, engineers and scientists worked silently, moving components, assembling devices that no human had ever built before. Weapons, shields, and a fleet of ships, hidden from the world, hidden even from most of humanity. Elias's assistant, a young woman named Lara, approached him nervously. Dr. Harper, the aliens. They're scanning. They might notice the signal. Elias did not look up. Let them notice. They need to see it. They need to think we are weak. We have one advantage. They underestimate us. That is the key. And when the time comes, they will regret it. Back in space, the Xylar scout ship sent back images and readings. Kirill studied them carefully. For the first time, doubt crossed his mind. He did not like surprises. He did not like unknown variables. Yet he pushed the thought aside. Prepare for close-range reconnaissance. I want every detail of their defenses. But remember, they are human. They cannot threaten us. Lieutenant Voro glanced at him, concern still in his eyes. Sir, I have never seen a species adapt this fast. Something is different. Kirill's eyes narrowed. Different does not mean dangerous. Humans are small, weak, and fragile. Their planet will fall. End of story. But deep down, a small flicker of unease stirred in Kirill's mind. He ignored it. Pride and arrogance were easier than fear. Meanwhile, on Earth, Elias activated the hidden communication array. A signal shot out across the void, invisible to alien eyes. A puzzle the Xylars could not decipher. It carried plans, warnings, and, most importantly, the timing of humanity's secret preparations. Lara looked at him, eyes wide. Do you really think this will work? One human. Can we actually stand against the Xylar fleets? Elias turned slowly, his face calm but determined. It's not about one human or even one planet. It's about using what they do not expect. Fear, intelligence, and courage can outweigh numbers, Lara. Trust me. This war, it starts in their minds before it reaches their weapons. In orbit above Earth, the alien scout ship moved closer. Kirill's voice echoed through the bridge, firm and commanding. Report everything. Scan the entire planet. Find their weakness. Exploit it. And remember, humans are insignificant. That is why they will fall first. The scout beamed images back to the flagship. Kirill studied them, unaware of the hidden ships underground, the secret weapons being assembled, and the human who quietly calculated every step. For now, the humans appeared weak, primitive, fragile. But one human, one mind, was already preparing to change the fate of an entire galaxy. And as the alien fleets drew closer, the stage was set. A war they believed was certain to be won was about to be turned upside down. Cliffhanger. Kirel ordered closer investigation, underestimating humans. Meanwhile, in the shadows, Dr. Elias Harper watched the alien movements quietly, preparing for action that no one in the galaxy could predict. The unexpected war had begun. The night sky above Earth was calm, almost peaceful. But below, in the hidden underground facility, chaos and urgency filled the air. Dr. Elias Harper walked among his team of engineers and scientists, each moving quickly, yet silently, as if every sound could alert the alien fleet lurking in space. "This is it," Elias said, voice low but firm. "Every piece we build, every calculation we make, it is for one purpose: to give humanity a chance. One chance. And we cannot fail." Lara, his young assistant, hurried over, holding a holographic map of the alien fleet. "Dr. Harper, they are closer than we expected. The scouts are circling our planet. They might detect the outer installations soon." Elias glanced at the map, his eyes narrowing. "Let them see the installations. Let them think we are weak. That is exactly what we want." In orbit above Earth, the alien scout ship moved like a predator. Lieutenant Voro's sensors picked up unusual activity below. Energy spikes, construction signatures, and small ships being readied. He tilted his head. "Admiral Kirel, there's something odd. They are moving fast, faster than a primitive race should." Kirel's eyes flicked over the readings. "Impossible. Humans are weak. They cannot keep up with Xylar technology." "Sir, it's more than that," Voro said cautiously. "They are hiding something. I think they know we are coming." Kirel leaned back, a thin line of concern crossing his features. "Humans cannot be ready. Prepare for close observation. Find their weaknesses." Meanwhile, Elias moved to a sealed chamber deep underground. Inside, several prototypes of advanced warships hovered in magnetic fields, their hulls sleek and almost alive with energy. These ships were unlike anything humans had ever built openly. "Activate the stealth shields," Elias instructed. The room hummed as invisible energy fields cloaked the fleet from alien detection. "These ships are our secret. If they see them now, the war is lost before it even begins." A team of engineers worked quickly, connecting systems and running final diagnostics. "Everything is ready, sir," one of them reported. "The weapons are online, the shields are stable, but it's still dangerous. If the aliens detect even one ship..." Elias nodded, calm and focused. "I know, that is why we move carefully. But this is our only chance. One human mind, one plan can make the difference. And we will not fail." Back in space, the Xylar scouts sent detailed readings of the planet. Kirel studied them with growing unease. "There is activity, yes, but it cannot be a threat. They are humans." "Sir," Voro interrupted, "I think they are preparing something significant. It feels like a trap." Kirel's jaw tightened. "A trap against the Xylar Dominion? Impossible. Proceed, but remain cautious. I want to know what they are building. If it is a trap, we will crush it." Meanwhile, on Earth, Elias activated a secure communication channel. The message reached the hidden network of human operatives scattered across the planet. They were ready to mobilize, trained for a conflict they could barely imagine, yet confident in their leader's plan. Lara whispered, "Dr. Harper, how can one human control so much? How can we really stand against millions of ships?" Elias smiled faintly, without arrogance but with certainty. "It's not about numbers. It's about strategy, intelligence, and surprise. The Xylars expect brute force. We give them the unexpected. That is our strength, and they will learn it too late." As the alien fleet drew nearer, the scouts transmitted images of Earth cities, showing what appeared to be simple structures, unarmed civilians, and primitive technology. But beneath the surface, the real war machines waited, silent and unseen. Kirel stared at the images, pride in his voice. "Humans are primitive. Nothing here can challenge the Dominion. They cannot hide what does not exist. Send more scouts. I want every corner examined." Voro hesitated. "Sir, I've never seen them act like this. Even their cities. The energy patterns. It's not natural. Something is hidden. I don't know what, but it feels dangerous." Kirel waved him off. "Dangerous? We are the danger. They are nothing. Do not waste time on fear, Lieutenant. Fear is for weak minds. But deep in the underground facility, Elias watched the approaching alien ships with calm determination. Every plan had a step, every move was calculated, and the first step was about to begin. He turned to Lara. We have done all we can here. The rest is now in motion. Soon the aliens will see that humans are not weak, and when they do, it will be too late. The scout ship above sent another report. Kirill studied it, frowning. Something in the human activity was unusual, almost. Intelligent in a way the Xylars could not understand. He did not recognize it yet, but a seed of doubt had been planted. Cliffhanger. The black emptiness of space stretched endlessly, but the calm was only a mask. The Xylar Dominion's massive fleet moved steadily toward Earth, their ships gleaming like knives in the starlight. Admiral Kirill sat in his command chair, confident. To him, the humans were nothing, weak, primitive, and utterly defenseless, yet in a small hidden chamber beneath Earth's crust. Dr. Elias Harper watched every move of the approaching fleet with unwavering focus. Beside him, engineers monitored dozens of screens showing alien ship positions, shield readings, and energy signatures. Now, Elias whispered. A faint vibration ran through the room as massive Terran warships, hidden beneath magnetic stealth fields, silently lifted off from underground launch bays. No human outside the facility knew of their existence. These were Earth's secret weapons, forged in silence, ready to strike. Lara's eyes widened as the first fleet rose. Dr. Harper, it's really happening. They'll see us. Elias smiled faintly. Good, they must see us, and think they are witnessing weakness. Above Earth, the alien scout's sensors lit up. Lieutenant Voro stared at the readings in shock. Admiral, something is moving. They're launching ships, dozens, maybe hundreds. Hidden. How is this possible? Kirill's eyes narrowed. Impossible. Humans are primitive. They cannot have technology like this. The first Terran ship slipped from stealth, and with blinding speed they surged toward the Xylar scouts. Energy beams cut through space, targeting the alien vessels. The scouts scrambled, but they were too slow. Several ships erupted in fire, scattering debris across the void. Impossible, Voro shouted. They hit us first. They weren't supposed to fight. Kirill's hand clenched on the armrest. They are fools. Counterattack! Destroy them! But it was too late. Elias had already calculated the attack perfectly. The Terran ships moved like a shadow, hitting with precision, then vanishing back into stealth. Every strike was a test, every movement designed to confuse and terrify. On the alien flagship, alarms blared. Officers ran to their stations. Admiral, the humans, they're attacking and disappearing. Kirill slammed his fist against the console. Focus on the fleet. Identify the source. Meanwhile, Elias watched the chaos unfold with cold calculation. He did not cheer, did not celebrate. This was only the beginning. Every destroyed scout ship was a lesson for the Xylars, showing them humans were not weak. Prepare the next wave, he instructed. They will regroup. We need to teach them fear. In space, the Xylar fleet tried to organize a counterattack. Hundreds of warships formed defensive lines, firing lasers and missiles toward the human positions. But the humans had anticipated every move. Hidden satellites jammed alien sensors, creating false readings, sending the fleet in wrong directions. Every attack the Xylars launched missed or struck empty space. Lara's hands flew over the control panel. Dr. Harper, they're confused. They don't know where we are. Elias nodded. Exactly. Confusion is our ally. As long as they cannot see the real fleet, we control the battle. Back on the alien flagship, Kirill realized something terrifying. The humans were not just hiding. They were controlling the battlefield. Every movement of the fleet, every opening, every vulnerability was manipulated by a mind they could not see. Report, Kirill barked. Where are the humans? Show me their location. Voro swallowed hard. Sir, I can't. They are everywhere. And nowhere. It's like they are ghosts. Kirill's knuckles turned white as he gripped the console. For the first time in his long career, he felt fear. Not the simple fear of losing a battle, but the fear of being completely outsmarted by a species he thought weak. Below, Elias monitored the Xylar reactions. Every move was predictable because he had already studied their tactics for months. And as the alien fleet scrambled, the Terran ships struck again, disabling key weapons and causing massive confusion. Continue the strike pattern, Elias ordered. We cannot stop. The first wave is only a warning. The real message must hit when they least expect it. As debris floated in the void and alarms screamed across the alien ships, Kirill realized the humans were not just defending, they were leading the fight. One human mind had orchestrated the destruction of their scouts, the misdirection of their fleet, and the first major humiliation of the Xylar Dominion, cliffhanger. Kirill stared at the screens, his confidence shattered. He had underestimated humans, and now he faced the impossible. A species he believed weak had struck first. And brilliantly. The first battle was over, but the war had only just begun. What would Elias do next, and how would the Xylars respond to the human mind that had outwitted them? The Xylar fleet reeled from the sudden strike. Scouts destroyed, their formations broken, their pride shattered. Admiral Kirill sat in his command chamber, eyes narrowing at the displays. He had underestimated the humans, and now he realized the truth. They were not weak. "It's not even close. We cannot let them continue," Kirill growled. "Prepare the fleet for counterattack. Find the human responsible. I want them captured or dead." Meanwhile, thousands of light years away, deep underground, Dr. Elias Harper prepared his boldest move yet. The humans had struck first, yes. But Elias knew that to end the war, he could not simply defend Earth. He had to go directly to the heart of the Xylar command. "Lara," he said, pacing the chamber. "It's time. The next step is dangerous but necessary. I will infiltrate their command ship and disable their main weapon systems from within." Lara's eyes widened. "Dr. Harper, that's insane. One human alone? You could die before you even reach the bridge." Elias's gaze was calm, unwavering. "I have prepared for every possibility. Timing, stealth, knowledge of their systems. It all works together. The moment we strike from inside, the fleet will crumble. One mind can change the course of the entire war." As the human infiltration team readied the cloaked shuttle, the Xylar fleet scanned the area, searching for any sign of human activity. Lieutenant Voro frowned at his console. "Sir, there is unusual movement near the edge of the fleet. Something small, fast, and stealthy." Kirill's eyes narrowed. "It is impossible. A human cannot be moving in open space without detection. Send interceptors. Find them." But Elias's shuttle had already slipped through the cracks. Invisible to alien sensors, it approached the lead Xylar command ship like a shadow. Inside, Elias studied schematics of the alien vessel, memorizing every corridor, every control room, every trap. "Keep calm," he whispered to himself. "One wrong step, one wrong move, and it's over. But they do not expect me. They will not see me coming." The shuttle docked silently, and Elias moved through the alien corridors. The ship was massive, filled with strange creatures and deadly machines. Each step was calculated, every shadow used for cover. Guards passed mere meters away, oblivious to his presence. Suddenly, a sharp voice echoed down the corridor. "Halt, identify yourself." Elias froze, holding his breath. The guard's eyes scanned the hall. Elias waited, heart pounding, and then the guard moved on. "Close call." He continued, slipping past patrols using alien technology he had studied in secret. Each step brought him closer to the command center, the heart of the Xylar fleet's operations. Every corridor was a challenge, every door a potential trap. But Elias's mind was sharp, focused, precise. At last, he reached the control room. Massive screens displayed fleet formations, planetary scans, and the main weapon systems. The Xylar officers were confident, unaware that a single human had penetrated their defenses. Elias activated his tools, bypassing security systems with ease and precision. Alarms began to sound, an unusual disturbance, but the aliens could not locate the source. A single human unseen was about to wreak havoc. Outside, the alien fleet began to sense something wrong. Energy readings fluctuated, ships went offline, and confusion spread among the ranks. Kirill's voice boomed across the command bridge. "What is happening? Report. Why are systems failing?" Lieutenant Voro's hands shook as he replied, "Sir, the weapon systems. Offline. It's impossible. The humans. They are inside." Kirill's eyes widened. "One human? One human?" Inside the control room, Elias smiled faintly. "Just as planned," he whispered. "Every weapon offline, every ship confused, every alien officer scrambling. The humans had gained the upper hand not with brute force, but with intelligence, precision, and courage. Yet Elias knew the danger was far from over. One wrong move, one alert officer could end everything. The alien General Kirill would soon realize the threat and act. Every second counted. Cliffhanger. Elias stood in the heart of the Xylar command ship, unseen, in control of systems that could cripple the entire fleet. One step, one decision, and he could change the course of the war. But Kirill had noticed anomalies, and now, the hunter was becoming aware of the human who dared to enter his lair. What would happen when the Xylar admiral discovers the intruder in his command? The Xylar fleet was in chaos. Ships that once gleamed with deadly precision now floated aimlessly, their weapons offline, their crews scrambling. Admiral Kirill's confidence, once unshakable, was cracking. He slammed his fist against the console. "Report," Kirill roared. "Why are our systems failing? How can this be?" Lieutenant Voro hesitated, fear in his voice. "Sir, it's impossible." The humans, one human, inside the command ship. They are controlling the fleet. Kirill's eyes widened. One human, one? He took a deep breath, trying to regain control. "Focus, find this human. Do not let them continue." Meanwhile, inside the Xylar command ship, Dr. Elias Harper worked quickly. He had disabled the main weapons and taken control of navigation systems. Ships that had once threatened Earth now floated helplessly, following his precise commands. Every move of the alien fleet was now dictated by one human mind. "Lara," he whispered into the secure comm, "begin the secondary wave. Target their leadership ships. Confusion must spread through their ranks. The fleet cannot recover if we strike decisively now." On the bridge of Earth's hidden warships, Lara's fingers flew over the controls. Stealth ships slipped into attack positions, while drones and missiles prepared to strike key alien vessels. The Xylars had expected humans to hide, to beg, to fail. Instead, the humans were hunting them. Kirill's fury grew as reports poured in. One by one, ships were immobilized or forced to retreat. Sensors flickered. Communications were lost. Panic spread among his officers. How can this happen? How can one human do this? Voro shook his head. "Sir, they are controlling everything. Our ships, our weapons. We cannot fight back." Kirill's mind raced. His entire career, his fleet, his pride, all seemed meaningless. He had underestimated a species he had dismissed as weak, and now he faced the impossible. Humans had turned the tide of the war. Elias knew the danger was far from over. The Xylar admiral would act and more forces could arrive. But for now, one move could change everything. He focused, linking his commands with the Earth fleet in orbit. Ships moved in perfect coordination, unseen, unheard, untouchable. Across space, the Xylar fleet's formations broke completely. Warships collided, some drifting into asteroid fields, others disabling each other accidentally. Every action was predicted, every movement controlled by the human who dared to challenge an entire empire. Kirill's voice trembled as he barked orders. "Concentrate fire. Target the intruder. Find the human controlling us." Inside the control room, Elias smirked faintly. "You are too late. The fleet is mine. The war is no longer yours to fight. One choice remains for me." He paused, his mind weighing the future. Destroy the Xylar fleet completely, leaving no survivors? Or disable their weapons and force a surrender, teaching the galaxy that humans were not just fighters but clever strategists as well. His decision would echo across the stars, changing the fate of countless lives. Lara's voice came softly through the comm. "Dr. Harper, the fleet is reacting perfectly. But your choice, it will define everything." Elias nodded. "I know, and it must be done carefully. They cannot be underestimated again. One mistake and everything fails. One mistake, and humans lose their chance to be seen as equals in the galaxy." The alien fleet shuddered as the human-controlled ships executed flawless maneuvers. Their pride, once their greatest weapon, had become their weakness. Every officer on the alien ships realized too late that their arrogance had blinded them. The humans, small, fragile, and underestimated, now dictated the battlefield. Kirill's hand trembled as he watched his empire unravel. "No, it cannot be. One human." Elias activated the final sequence. Alien weapon systems shut down completely. Ships drifted, helpless and powerless. Chaos reigned, and in that moment the galaxy learned a truth it would never forget. Humans were not weak. Humans were clever, brave, and unstoppable when underestimated. Cliffhanger. The human had turned the tide of the war, but the choice remained. Would Elias destroy the Xylar fleet completely, ensuring they could never rise again? Or would he spare them, sending a warning that would echo across the galaxy? One decision would decide the fate of billions. The final act of this interstellar war was about to begin. Silence filled the void of space. The Xylar fleet, once proud and unstoppable, now drifted like broken toys, powerless and confused. Their weapons offline, navigation systems hijacked, and morale shattered. The aliens had no idea who or what had defeated them. Deep inside the lead Xylar command ship, Dr. Elias Harper stood in the control room. One human alone had done what no one thought possible. He had taken control of an entire alien fleet. And now, the universe waited for his next move. Lara's voice came softly over the secure comm. Dr. Harper, the fleet is under your control. But what will you do? Destroy them, or spare them? Elias gazed at the screens showing thousands of alien ships drifting helplessly. His mind weighed the cost of total destruction against the power of a warning. Humans had proven themselves. But was annihilation necessary? Could fear alone teach the galaxy a lesson? He made his choice. Calmly, he sent a command to disable the Xylar ships completely, sparing their crews but rendering all weapons useless. The aliens could live, but they would remember. They would learn that humans were not weak, not primitive, and not to be underestimated. In the Xylar command bridge, Admiral Kirill stared in disbelief as his ships powered down, their systems frozen. Impossible. One human controlled us, he whispered. Pride, arrogance, and years of domination all crumbled in an instant. Lieutenant Voro shook his head. Sir, it's over. They didn't destroy us, but they proved something far worse. Humans, they're not weak. They're dangerous. On Earth, Elias deactivated the control links and watched as the human fleet returned to their hidden bays. Outside, the Xylar ships drifted silently in space, harmless but humiliated. Humanity had survived, and not just survived, but reshaped the perception of their species across the galaxy. Lara approached, eyes wide with awe. Dr. Harper, you actually did it. One human, controlled an entire fleet, turned the war, and saved billions. Elias smiled faintly, exhausted but resolute. It's never about one person or one ship. It's about intelligence, courage, and strategy. Humans are underestimated because others cannot imagine what we can do, and now the galaxy knows. Far across the stars, messages began to spread. Alien races whispered of Earth, once dismissed as weak, now revealed as a force capable of unmatched strategy and ingenuity. Fear mingled with respect, and the story of one human's brilliance became legend. Kirill, defeated but alive, pondered the outcome. They spared us, yet we are broken. One human changed everything. One human decided the fate of the galaxy. Elias turned away from the displays, looking at the stars beyond. The war had ended, but a new chapter had begun. Humanity would rise not through sheer numbers, but through ingenuity, courage, and the unexpected strength of a single mind. And in that quiet moment, as the stars sparkled above Earth, Elias knew this was only the beginning. One human had decided the outcome of an interstellar war, and in doing so, had rewritten the galaxy's future forever. Final hook. The universe had witnessed the impossible. A species thought weak had proven its strength, intelligence, and courage. And somewhere beyond the stars, countless civilizations now feared and respected the human race. One mind, one decision, had changed everything.